Hello, friend. Welcome to the Mount Rushmore of everything. Today, we are talking about Marvel heroes. And I have one non-negotiable. That's it.
Just one non-negotiable?
I had 3 non-negotiables for DC. Only one for Marvel.
Huh. All right. Fair enough.
Not to say that I don't feel strongly about any of my other 4, but I truly believe there's only one that is just clear, so clear. How many non-negotiables you have?
Yeah, I guess I could say one of them is non-negotiable.
Okay.
I would agree with you on that.
Oh, okay. Well, this one is the only Marvel hero that competes with Batman and Superman in the popularity contest.
Mm-hmm.
In the past 20 plus years, in the age of the dominance of Batman, there is only one hero that has risen to the task to take out Batman from time to time.
And it's not Enrique Iglesias.
Is a hero. It is not Enrique Iglesias, no. It is a hero that has had many different iterations for movies. So by now you must know who I'm talking about. It's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man!
Has to be.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, deepest rogues gallery when it comes to Marvel.
Yeah.
And arguably the deepest rogues gallery of any hero, period. I think there's basically a two-horse race. Batman and Spider-Man when it comes to rogues gallery.
Yeah, I think Stanley was on a roll. I mean, he started writing villains, right? He was one after another, after another, after another.
For sure. We mentioned this in the DC video, which go check those out after this one is done if you're curious. But as I said then, I'm pretty sure I can name 10 Batman villains and 10 Spider-Man villains before I could even name 5 of any other
superhero. Yeah.
And that's not just because I personally like those that much more than everybody else, although I do like those a lot more than the next ones for the most part. But that's not why I was never a comic book guy. Just like enough of them are entrenched in culture that they just stick out to me more.
Sure.
So we both agree.
Yeah, Spider-Man. Spidey.
Yeah. Who wins popularity? Who wins iconic?
Yeah.
Who wins in all the departments?
For sure.
In my opinion.
For sure.
Clear, non-negotiable Spider-Man. Give us number 2.
Number 2. Here we go. It's not ranked, okay? It is just the next one that we're going to talk about. We don't rank them.
There's just 4.
Yes. Here we go. You ready? You're not even ready for this. I'm going to tell you anyways.
If you're already throwing a curveball, it's too early for that. We should be agreeing on these first 2. We have never disagreed on more than 2. Yeah. That's our record. We've never disagreed on more than 2.
I think so, yeah.
It's going to happen someday, though.
I'm going to go with Steve Rogers, Captain America.
Wow. All right.
What? You don't have?
He is actually not on my 4.
What?
It's not on my 4.
No, come on.
It's not on my 4.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
I mean, he's been there from.
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be on the 4, but he's not on my 4.
I mean, he fought Hitler. Come on.
Well, everybody fought Hitler or some form of Nazi. It's like the most overdone thing. There's a villain. What should be his backstory? He's a Nazi. Done. Obviously, he's evil.
Okay.
He's a Nazi.
Who? What other superhero do you remember that fought Hitler?
Oh, I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's no bearing here. What other villain do you know fought Green Goblin? I'm not going to bring that up. That doesn't have anything to do with anything.
No, he's just very iconic.
He's iconic.
So you say Spider-Man being the one that just in popularity, but I would say that it's almost Captain America would be the equivalent to Superman. Maybe not in the powers, but just in the iconography of what they represent.
They're both like the leaders of their respective Avengers and Justice League.
Yeah.
But sort of are a similar character, like very perfect, sort of. And Captain America is the one I probably feel the worst about leaving off. If that makes any difference. Him off. Yes, because there are others that I thought were more clearly there.
All right, well, let's see. Let's see if we agree on others.
The only other one that I considered for non-negotiable status.
Okay.
The clear number 2 to me, for Marvel, especially if you look at popularity rankings, he is very clear number 2 is Wolverine.
I was gonna say you just like Wolverine.
No, he just deserves that. I do like Wolverine. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I do like Wolverine, but how much I like these have no bearing on my choice. I mean, actually, when I say my 4th one, you'll probably know that my favoritism did not apply here. But Wolverine seemed clear to me. It's the top when it comes to the X-Men, for sure, for iconic. You of course have the iconic suit. You have the iconic performance by Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Which, everybody wants more Wolverine. There's a reason why they made like 4 Wolverine movies besides the X-Men.
But nobody
movies.
knew him unless you were into comics.
Sure they did. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the 3 Claws. Everybody knows the 3 Claws. I knew him before the movies. Yeah.
But the common folk
I'm pretty sure. I am the common folk.
You're not common folk.
I'm not common folk. I'm not with Star Wars, but I am with superheroes.
Okay.
I'm pretty common folk. I mean, I'm like one level above common folk. Like,
because I remember,
I'm not sure I've ever finished a comic book that was not a Star Wars comic book.
Okay. Here's the thing. I remember boasting about Wolverine. One of those like you go like, yeah, I was reading a Wolverine comic book, or I just got a Wolverine card, and people would go like, who? Oh, you don't know Wolverine? Well, I'm sorry. Well, I can't come down to your level. I was that snobbish about it.
Wow.
About, not...
I mean, to be fair, that's pretty low level, I would say, if you don't know who Wolverine is. Because he's on the Mount Rushmore.
On your Mount Rushmore.
He's absolutely on my Mount Rushmore. He's on the popularity, like on Ranker and all those, he's in the top 4 for either one.
Okay, it's fine. I don't agree with that. I have...
Wow.
I strong feelings against it. Yeah.
Strong feelings against it. Wow.
Like, I don't usually, but I don't think that he deserves a spot.
Wow. All right. This means war. Okay. Okay. Give us your third one. There's no way. We got to come back together at some point. There's no way this is going to be our first time disagreeing on 3.
On 3? Okay.
It seems wrong.
Let's see. I'm going with Tony Stark.
All right. All right. So we still got 2 locked in.
Okay.
We still got 2
Good.
locked in.
We're safe.
Yeah. Actually, that was the one that I thought. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
Avengers. He has a long history in Marvel Comics. He was one of that core when Stan Lee and Kirby started doing comics, and he's just been always there from the beginning. Together with the Fantastic Four and all of them. I think he has proven now in our time, in our modern era, he has proven that he pretty much had the weight enough to carry the whole MCU to the very end.
I would argue that a lot of that credit goes to Robert Downey.
For sure.
But I also think that how Robert Downey took that character is pivotal in solidifying his place here. If it weren't for that, I'm not sure that I would have him on here, but I definitely do since 2007 because his meteoric rise in popularity. What actually surprised me is I saw the video of most popular superheroes done by Data is Beautiful, who has an awesome channel. Go check them out. Yeah. And what surprised me is that I had the perception that Iron Man was like nobody knew about him until 2007. But he was the number 2 Marvel comic before 2007 for a lot of those years. And that surprised me because I personally had not known about him until 2007.
You didn't know about him?
No. Okay. So to realize that I was just severely ignorant in that department and that he was wildly popular was surprising to me. And I'm discounting X-Men comics in that case. But for individuals, he was often number 2 next to Spider-Man. Decent gap, but still. And that surprised me. And that's really what solidified his place for me, is because, especially if we just take 2007 to today, he's obviously there. You might even put him over Spider-Man just because of in the MCU. Like if we were to do the Mount Rushmore of heroes in the MCU, he'd be my non-negotiable. He'd be the most clear
right away.
Certainly above Spider-Man. I don't even know if Spider-Man would make it because he's kind of new to the MCU. But especially with knowing his popularity even beforehand.
When I saw that they were making an Iron Man movie back in 2007, it was like, oh, cool, finally. We're going to get to see what it would be like.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You want to give your fourth or me give mine?
You go ahead.
All right. My fourth one, which should prove that I am not biased in this, because there's no way he's even close to my top four. And in fact, I don't feel... My main reason for adding him is, A, he's one of the few Marvel heroes that I knew about long before any MCU. Very iconic. Everybody knows who this is, regardless of whether they like them or not. Kind of like Superman. Lots of people hate on Superman, but everybody still knows who he is. And this character is very similar in that way. Also, I was very surprised, again, to go to the Data is Beautiful video on it. Again, shout out to them. Don't know them personally, but you guys put out great vids. Love it. But anyway, they had... This character was, again, higher in the rankings than I thought. It's kind of like Iron Man, where I thought, like, oh, I didn't realize he was wildly popular before 2007. And this character was similar, except I knew that it was more well-known, but I thought it was kind of well-known in a way of well-known but not necessarily popular. But it was both, and that is the Hulk.
Oh, well, we agree.
Wow. So we ended up agreeing on 3 out of the 4, even though the second one we chose to say out loud, you hate mine.
I do not hate it. I just have strong feelings against it. I don't think that you should.
I think you're wrong. You're just wrong.
Well, fine.
Good thing you guys will let us know who's right. But anyway, give your reasoning for the Hulk.
Again, similar to Iron Man. They also had him in that cartoon that I was just talking about. But one of those that he's always been there. Interesting that he was gray in the first comics that he appeared instead of green.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he was gray. You look it up and he's like a gray Hulk. It looked like
that sounds made disgusting.
Of rock.
So more like the Thing, almost.
Well, but the Thing is orange.
Actually rock. Well,
oh, you mean it
depends on the
iteration. Yeah, he's actually rock. Yeah. But yeah, it looked like a Frankenstein almost. Huh. Looking creature.
You're getting so much nerd cred right now. My nerd cred is dying. It's just dying.
But he has always had a special place in my heart, the Hulk, because I grew up with the Lou Ferrigno, Bill Bixby TV show, The Hulk, The Incredible Hulk. And it was always so sad to see the end of that show because he would always walk away on a road somewhere asking for hitchhiking and with his backpack, and he was always moving from one place to another. Wow. If you ever saw so that sad. One. Yeah, it was very sad, but we were always there. And then you would see Lou Ferrigno coming with the big muscles and everything. It was cool. Huh. And when I was 8 years old, my parents brought me from Paris. They told me they bought it in a little toy store in Paris. It was one of those bendable action figures, and it was the Hulk with the purple pins. And man, I played with that guy so much. But then that's just my personal reasoning why. He was one of the first ones before Iron Man to have a movie before the MCU, you know?
That's true.
And granted, they were not great, whatever.
Sure. But it was popular enough to merit a movie.
Yes.
Yeah, which is also points for him.
For sure.
Yeah. Definitely deserves that place. Mm-hmm. Even though I personally do not have any affinity towards the Hulk whatsoever.
Really?
Yeah. I like Mark Ruffalo's version. It's made the Hulk grow on me. But if I were influenced by my top 4, he would not be on there. You, person watching, yeah, I'm talking to you. Let us know. Who do you think was right? Or maybe you disagree with both of us, but who do you think was more right? Who do you think has a better argument? Wolverine? Or Captain America? Who do you think? Let us know in the comments. If you have a different 4, let us know what your 4 are. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like. Just lightly drop the like. And then subscribe. And then click the little notification bell so you know when the next video comes out, because they're coming at you every single week. Until next time.
See you later.
Yeah, that's not making the final cut.